AITA for telling my husband not to spend so much time with his exes. Through a series of choices, my F36 husband Josh, M38, has 2 children from 2 previous relationships. Jess, F37, has a son aged 9, and Sarah, F30, has a daughter aged 4. Despite separating from these women, Josh has remained very close friends with both of them and has taken an active role in raising both of his children. When I said that Josh has remained close friends with his exes, I mean really close. He covers all childcare costs for both children and even covers most of the living expenses of both Jess and Sarah. Last month, it was Jess's birthday, and he bought her a very expensive watch. Just last weekend, he went out to dinner with Sarah while Sarah's sister babysat their daughter. There are some other examples of him spending time with them that also come to my mind as well. For example, this past summer, he took 4 trips. 1 with me, 1 with Jess and their son, 1 with Sarah and their daughter, and 1 with just his kids. Beyond this, Josh spends roughly 3 to 4 days each week with his children. It's pretty common that he spends nights over at their moms' homes. Since I have my own kid on the way, in a few weeks, I am starting to feel a bit overlooked and think that Josh needs to prioritize our needs first. Josh makes quite a lot of money, and every time I hinted at my concerns in the past, he has always brushed them off and said things like how he is more than capable of providing for his children. But I feel that he's missing the point and avoids addressing the time he spends with his exes. I've grown increasingly frustrated with these circumstances, so I confronted him about them this morning before he went to work. I was pretty angry when I spoke with him, and he could definitely tell by my tone. He did listen to everything I had to say and then said that he'd make an effort to spend more time with me and that he was sorry he made me feel this way. When I mentioned that I wanted him to spend less time with Jess and Sarah and their kids, he became defensive. He said that all of his children were his number 1 priority, that the time he spent with them was non-negotiable, and that he'd never compromise his commitment to them. When I mentioned our own kids' needs, he told me that didn't change anything and that the conversation was over. He left for work shortly afterwards. I'm honestly very confused and don't know how to approach this conversation later. More context, for those wondering, neither Jess or Sarah are in other relationships. What do you think?